most exciting part of summertime in Kentucky is knowing that the state fair is just around the corner. Of course, the rides, exhibits, animals, what could be better? And this is the best place to see Kentucky Beef Council in action. Here to tell us more is, of course, Kelly. You have served up these mile-high burgers and, of course, the hot dogs. This is screaming summer.
Yes, no better way to talk about beef than with our staples. I guess the king, queen of the grill. We have those burgers and those all-beef hot dogs. It's also the perfect way just to truly celebrate the state fair.
Oh, of course. And so why is the beef industry just so important to Kentucky?
Yeah, so in Kentucky, it may not necessarily be the first agricultural commodity that comes to mind. Yeah. We're a big poultry state, we're a big equine state, but there are actually more than 32,000 beef producers in the state of Kentucky spread out across all 120 counties. So when we're thinking about the economical impact, those producers that are out in the fields every day working to make sure that you have a delicious food supply, it is super important.
And you are going to have a big stance at the state fair, which is coming up. And so what are some of those educational experiences, or what are you really going to be showcasing at your booth this year?
Yeah, so the state fair, there's no better place for at least us to see the true culmination of the agriculture industry. So the best thing is you can come into the West Wing and see all of the cattle there, and then truly see it coming all the way from pasture to plate with us in South Wing C. So the Kentucky Beef Council, we have a booth on the main aisle in South Wing C, where we're in ag land, so you can see the Department of Agriculture, us at the Kentucky Beef Council, the Kentucky pork producers. You can learn about every agriculture entity there and hopefully get some more educational experience. So we're going to be there. We have cookbooks every year that we're handing out, so come there and get some cookbooks with all great, delicious Kentucky beef recipes, as well as some producer spotlights. So we will have, my favorite thing that draws us in is we have a huge cuts chart that is taller than me, that you can just see all the cuts that you would commonly see at a grocery store, learn more about it, but we have everything you'd need. So we have our cooking tips and tricks walls, some trivia wheel action, some nutrition aspects, some byproducts. You can learn truly everything about the beef industry in Kentucky.
Oh my goodness. And yeah, seeing, the cattle there, seeing it how you like to serve it up too, and really seeing that farm to table experience. And so what are some of those cooking options or cooking experiences that you can kind of see while you're there too?
Yeah, so right outside of South Wing C, there is a farm to fair cooking stage, and so there are different groups there throughout the time. We'll be there about 6 or 7 times throughout the fair, so come by and try to stop and see us cooking up some beef recipes. But even if you're sitting in the audience, it's a great way to get out of the heat into the air conditioning so that you can watch, but you can learn a lot of really good tips and tricks and try a sample while you're there as well. So come out, it's South Wing lobby. There's a huge stage. There will be cooking competitions. We'll have chefs, nutrition groups that are there showcasing beef recipes that can be made super simple at home as well.
And I think it's probably cool for little kids to kind of learn about the beef industry, where their food actually comes from, because they really don't see that on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, and it's really a great opportunity because when you're in the barns, take a moment and ask those people that are there with their animals why they do it, because you can truly, all of those people that are in there with their cattle probably are raising them at home as well. So they're not just showing and coming to all the contests, they're at home feeding us, feeding America as well. So really taking the time to be like, why do you do this? Asking questions, because we love to have those conversations and to learn something new. But then you can walk through the West Wing and then you see all the food stations, so it's really a great way to be able to eat a lot of really good beef as well as learn about it, and then hopefully get to go home and take a nice nap.
Oh yes, because after walking around, even just doing one big lap at the fair, oh my gosh, I'm cooked afterwards. So again, if people are interested in stopping by, or maybe they just want to maybe ahead of time or maybe afterwards learn a little bit more about Kentucky Beef Council, maybe they didn't get enough while they were there, how can they just learn more and maybe get some more tips and tricks?
kybeef.com, we have all of our resources. If you're not able to try a burger or a donut burger, the good old donut burger or ribeye sandwich at the state fair, you can go to kybeef.com. We have recipes, about 3,000, where you could just cook something at home, as well as grilling tips and tricks, cooking tips and tricks, and even as we're more transitioning into maybe a game day, find something that'll be perfect for everyone.
Oh yeah, tailgate season is right around the corner, but we still have a little bit of summer left. Yeah. So Kelly, thank you so much for stopping by today, and stop by at their booth at the Kentucky Fair. I know it's always a great time to kind of learn exactly where your food comes from, and of course supporting all of our Kentucky Proud products while you're doing it. So if you're interested in learning more, just go to their website, kybeef.com.